up, I've tried to tell you this 100 times. Not getting better by lying there pretending to cry. You on repeat, you can see, cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. I've tried to help you, but you keep reading between the lines.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that y'all are here. I'm actually starting today by doing my stairs. I bought this new to me tool off, I think I saw it on an ad on Facebook, but they also sell them on Amazon too, so I will link it in the description box if y'all want to look at them. But it's basically just a scraper for your carpet or rugs, and it's supposed to help especially with pet hair, which y'all know we don't have pets, but we do have a lot of kids and my kids' friends, and they track stuff onto the stairs, and honestly there's just a lot of hair, like I guess from our heads. So I spent a good bit of time scraping the steps. I just feel like this is a little bit more of a thorough clean than the vacuum cleaner offers, because it can get down in those crevices really well too. So I did not know what I was going to think about this tool. Honestly, I thought it wasn't going to work that well, but it worked much better than I thought.
You got that something, baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm about, loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I want that something, baby, cause I can go without. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I'll lose my mind if you don't get it soon. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. You can end it.
Do y'all tend to fall for the ads you see on Facebook or Instagram? I feel like I'm a lot more reserved when it comes to getting stuff like that, because I feel very hesitant and I don't really trust a bunch of stuff because I've bought stuff before and it's been awful. But if I hear from somebody I know who's used it, of course I will then try it. But I really was pleasantly surprised by this. And I think if you have, especially if you have dogs or pets, I bet it would be an insanely good tool. And I talked about it on Instagram a little bit too. And a few of y'all messaged and said, if you use it on upholstery, be careful with it. I don't really plan on using it on upholstery. It's like, it has, I don't know, maybe wire metal coils. So I feel like it could potentially mess up furniture. It felt okay on the stairs. It does make a little bit of a scraping noise, but it didn't seem like it was messing the carpet up or anything. But several of y'all said you use it in your cars too, and it helps get up all of the lint and the fur and the dust.
It's over, but I'm never going sober. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough of your love. I want your love. I need your love. Cause I'm never gonna get enough of your love. I want your love. I need your love. Cause I'm never gonna get enough. Mama used to tell.
And like I mentioned, I do like to vacuum my stairs, but I just feel like this gets maybe a tiny bit of a deeper clean, and then you can always go back over and vacuum them. But I wanted to ask you guys a question actually, because obviously there's so many of you here and there's different opinions and people use different products, but I want to start reviewing cordless vacuum cleaners, like more cordless vacuum cleaners. Right now I have the Hoover One Blade, One Power. I don't know. Y'all know I always forget the name of it. And I love it. But I want to try some more. I want to try a Shark cordless vacuum cleaner. I'm not sure if I want to try a Dyson. I know so many people have good things to say about them. Maybe on down the road one day. I just know that they're like the most expensive ones, or it feels like they are. So I want to try to use some in the beginning that are pretty affordable. That way I can recommend them to y'all and they won't break the bank. I was also trying to film a little bit for Instagram too, just to show how this tool works, because 80%, I think, or more of y'all on Instagram had never used this or never even heard of it. So I think it's a fun little tool. But yeah, y'all let me know what cordless vacuum cleaners you use if you love them. And I want to look into purchasing a few for my home and just reviewing them and letting y'all know my honest opinions on them.
Yeah, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down till I burn out. I just wanna live fast, I don't wanna look back and say I could've done more than I did now. Sometimes it can be hard, yeah, it can be hard, yeah, it can be hard when you grow up. People fill you with doubt, you start thinking about what you're gonna do now. But we only got one chance and got one life to live. And it's do or die, gotta make it count.
We still have not fully gotten settled from having the floors done. Like, we used to have a rug where you come in the front door. I don't even know where that rug is anymore. We have a ton of stuff up in the playroom just sitting there because I have not reorganized the closets downstairs again yet. I feel a little bit overwhelmed when it comes to that. I know I just need to tackle it and it's going to be fine and I'll get it done. But it's been weeks that stuff has just been sitting where it's not supposed to be sitting. So I don't know. Do you guys do that? Like, you put it off and then once you finally do it, it's fine and it's not that big of a deal, but it's just such a mental block for me that I just don't even want to get started on it.
From being who you want to, don't be questioning why, do whatever feels right, find your passion and fight. Cause we only got one chance and got one life to live. And it's do or die, gotta make it count. So lose your worries, let your problems go on until my whole body burns out. I ain't never gonna slow down.
And yes, it is mid to late January, and I'm the neighbor who is just now taking down our outdoor Christmas lights. In my defense, you cannot see them. You can barely even see me right now because obviously the sun was going down and the lighting was just off on my camera. But you can't see these because our posts are darker and the lights are darker, so nobody knew we still had them up, and we didn't light them up in the evening time or anything. But again, this was something that took 5 seconds to tackle, but I've just been putting it off and other stuff has come up and I've obviously just chosen not to do these. But I got them down, got them all organized and put into a bin so we can get them out for next year.
Slow down. I ain't never gonna slow down.
I've also mentioned before how we have all kinds of animals out here, and the birds love to lay their little nests, and then they love to use the restroom all over our back porch and our front porch. And then we have a lot of deer too and armadillos. So there were all kinds of substances on the front porch that need to be addressed. I need to get out there and do a really good blowing off of the porch and pressure washing it and probably just cleaning all the furniture really well. But my only goal on this night was to just get the lights down.
I was the girl all alone in the corner, drinking by yourself on a Saturday night. You were the guy with your friends at the doorway, pretending that you had the time of your life. Had we met before, instant chemistry, was so glad you came. Had we met before, laughing instantly, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, and fire burning bright, but now I know.
We got the boys this puzzle for Christmas, and I ended up being way more into it than anyone else in the family. I love doing puzzles. Sometimes I don't always take the time to sit down and do them, but it's so fun for me. And so we did this puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces, and we decided it's probably like a one and done type thing. So I ended up using Mod Podge on the top of it and on the back of it. So that's how I'm so easily able to just throw it around everywhere. It's glued together. And then I found this frame on Amazon. It was a little bit more than I wanted to spend. I think it was closer to $40, but this puzzle was a weird shape, and so I had to buy a frame that obviously went with it. And I think we're gonna hang this maybe in the boys' bathroom, but Bo said he wanted it in their room. So if we can find a spot for it in their room, we definitely will. They were so excited about this, like beyond excited. And of course I got the back into it, and then I realized there was a protective layer of film on the front of the picture too. So I had to fully take it apart again and take that layer off, but it worked out so perfectly, and I'm so glad that we did this puzzle and that I got it framed. It's a little bit later in the evening now. The kiddos are all in bed, and this is typically when I get the kitchen cleaned up. If I'm doing it, sometimes I don't. And I do need to get into a better routine of getting that done, because it's so much better to wake up in the morning, get the kids up for school, and it's clean in the kitchen, because when it's not, that's when we lose everything. We forget to take stuff to school. I mean, it's like without fail. So I do like getting stuff cleaned up. Even if I'm really tired, I try to push through it and get it done. On this particular night, the kitchen was not in bad shape at all. It's been way worse than this. In fact, it looks worse than this right now as we speak. So I'm eager to get it cleaned up again.
I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again. Now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place.
I know I keep asking for all of the advice today, but have y'all ever bought any pots or pans from TJ Maxx? We just had to furnish, or we're in the process of furnishing another kitchen, and I bought this big set from Sam's, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good, but I mean, we'll see long term. But I was wondering, they have some of the cutest pots and pans at TJ Maxx, and I've never bought any from there to my knowledge, and ours are so old. I think they were even used when we got married. So I'm on the hunt for some new ones, but I wanted to know if y'all have any that you absolutely love.
So go ahead and just spin for me, won't you? I know it's hard for you to give it a try, but you are not alone. I'm here with you. I think you owe it to this beautiful night to lose all your control. Do it for you. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away.
Mark made chicken wings in the air fryer and completely forgot to spray it first, which if you don't, it is just a nightmare. And he had done this before, and I was like, please don't ever forget to spray again in the future. And then he did it a second time. But he told me he like officially learned his lesson, even though I was the one that scrubbed it. But anyways, if you don't spray it, it does not come off easily. But we do love our air fryer. Seriously, we use it every day for everything, especially the kids' foods. It's just so easy to throw some nuggets in there or fries or whatever we're doing. We got our air fryer from Costco. I know they sell them everywhere, but ours is from there. It's one of the bigger ones, I feel like, and it was only $60. I know some of them are hundreds, but this one has worked great for us.
I
I did want to take a second and just introduce myself to y'all and tell y'all a little bit about me if you happen to be clicking on one of my videos for the first time. Also, I don't do introductions in every video, so some of y'all who might have been watching for a little while still don't even fully know who I am, but my name is Joanna, obviously, but I am a wife to Mark. We have been married for 13 years, and we have 4 children. Ava is 10, Kate is about to be 9 in just a couple days. Max is 7 and Bo is 6. And a few years back, I decided that I just wanted to start a YouTube channel. I love cleaning and organizing, and I feel like there weren't as many cleaning and organizing channels back in the day. And so I just wanted to do it. I thought it would be fun. I wanted to challenge myself. And then 3 years later, we're still here. And I just love each and every one of you who watch my videos. And I try to mix it up. I mean, I will say definitely cleaning and organizing is the main thing you'll find here on my channel, but I try to add fun projects here and there. Occasionally you'll find a recipe. I'm not the best at cooking or even meal planning, but sometimes I throw some recipes. We do have a family vlogging channel. I've taken a little bit of a break from it, but it is always linked in the description box. And of course, I'm on Instagram all the time. I don't really provide a ton of cleaning motivation over there. It's really just my life, but feel free to follow along. I'd love to have you over there too.
Like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin takes me back to the time met you on a Friday, halfway out at the door of the club, playing soul on the weekends. Stayed in bed till Wednesday. Fell in love with you right there and then. I was young, couldn't see that.
You know what I discovered today, and I feel like I'm so late to the game, and I mean, of course, this is local to my area, so I don't know how it works in other areas, in other states or countries, but if you have a Target nearby, I wonder if you have this too. So near us, it's called The Hub, I think, and I wanted to ask the lady working there, like how it originated or if Target sends stuff directly to them, but it's basically this warehouse, and it has tons of Target stuff like bedding and bar stools and desks and nightstands and Christmas decor and Halloween decor and pillows and all of the stuff you find in the dollar spot and school supplies, but it has everything for 50% off. And some of the stuff there was damaged, so it was even more than 50% off. But my friend and I just went for the first time today. We have lived here for a very long time, and we had no idea it was even around us. We just saw something pop up on Facebook, and we went, and I was like blown away. We found stuff that we needed. Like I mentioned, we're decorating a place, and I was so excited. And it was stuff that I literally had in my buggy, like in my cart on the Target app, and I was planning on checking out soon. And then we went there and found it for half off, and it's like perfectly good condition. It's never been opened. So if you guys have Targets around, maybe check and see if you have something like that local to you too, or maybe some of y'all know why they even have those type of places, and you can explain that to me too. Kate is my only one in tumbling right now because Ava's just not super interested, but both of the girls do these stretching and workout videos every single day, and we have so many gymnastics mats, and we have the bar, and we have, like, we could have an entire house of all of the equipment that Kate uses and Ava on a daily basis. It's crazy. It used to be where I was like, please don't bring those mats downstairs, but you know what? They're stretching and exercising, so who cares? And a lot of times, by the time I take them upstairs, they just come right back down. They have become just a very common sight in our house, but it definitely feels good to get the house back in order before I go to bed. I mentioned that, and I want to get better about that this year. I want that to be something that is just a routine for me and that I don't stray from. And yes, we still do have Christmas up upstairs. Well, not anymore, but when I was filming this, we did. Still had the tree here, the one in Ava's room, the one in Kate's room, and the one in the boys' room. I put this off for a very long time. You guys know we got sick for a little while, but everybody's doing, of course, perfectly fine now. So no excuses. I had to get this down. It took me days to get my life back in order. It's still not back in order, but it took me days to even get to the point where I'm at right now. So if y'all are struggling and you can't get a ton done in a day, please don't worry about that. You are not alone, I promise you. I think there's more of us who feel like this than the other way.
I think I have too much to process, and I've been feeling kinda hopeless. I know I'm not supposed to feel this way. I know it's been a while since I held you in my arms. And I wasn't ready yet to learn how to live without you. How could I let you go when I am still in love with
This tree was Mark's and my first Christmas tree when we bought our house back when we first got married. And I mean, it's still a great tree, but it just looks tiny downstairs. So that's why we decided to make it the tree for up here when we moved into this house. And it comes with the pre-lit white lights, but I like to make it extra fun for the kids. So I do add the colorful lights and then the garland, and that's the tree that we put all of their kids' ornaments, all the stuff they've made, including the ornament party that I had a few weeks back. They made some fun ornaments for that too. So I love this tree. It's probably, even though it might not be the most aesthetically pleasing, it's probably my favorite tree in the house.
I've been trying to change my mindset, but I'll admit I'm not that good at it. Not one day goes by without me thinking about you, 'cause it's been so long since I held you in my arms. And I wasn't ready yet to learn how to live without you. How could I let you go when I am still in love with you? I'm still in love with you. 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 I'm still in love with you.
I'm still trying to combat that empty after Christmas feeling of our home. I will say when my kids were a little bit younger, I used to love that the Christmas tree was right here in this opening, because I got a little bit nervous about the fact that it was just the banister and that they could possibly topple over it if they were playing too hard. And so I love the tree being there as a little barrier. Now I don't worry as much because they do pretty much understand what would happen if they were to topple over. Anyways, those are just my mom thoughts for the night. But now I'm in the boys' room and trying to get their tree taken apart and organized, because I don't want anything to happen to these ornaments. Some of them are glass, which don't ask why I have glass ornaments in the boys' room. Although they know, I mean, they pretty much don't touch stuff if they're not supposed to touch it, but they still have friends who come over and cousins who get into stuff. But for the most part, this tree looked just as good as when I put it up. But now it is time to take it all down and get it organized in bins and back out into the garage. I do have a storage closet in the boys' bathroom that I also use for my Christmas decor, because that's definitely the season that I have the most stuff for. And then in their bedroom also, I had done a ton of laundry. You could probably see it when I panned around the room just a second ago. And I had it all laying there, hung up, like all their shirts and stuff. So that definitely needed to be hung in their closets, and all of their clothes put away in their drawers too.
AAA, credits alright. Hang up the phone and let your heart break on the interlay. 24 twice, she's on the phone, but she's staying on Wilshire Boulevard. Old dreams dying hard. He wants you to return this love. Breathing in the dark, weightless, working hard. He wants you to return his love.
This flock tree did shed a little bit, but not anything like I thought that it would. This is one that I found online at Walmart for $60. It was pre-lit, and this was the first year that we've put it out, and the boys really wanted it in their room. I actually bought it for our room, and I was going to put the 3 little trees that I put in their room last year back in here. But then when Bo saw this, he was like, I really wanted one with lights in our room. And so I just couldn't say no. So it worked out perfectly in here. And like I said, I was just so pleasantly surprised by how minimally it actually shed. And I wanted to get these clothes put away. It was this happens every time. I feel like this is what I'm always explaining. I'm trying to hurry and put their clothes away because they need to go to bed, because I take forever to get started on my day. And by the time I'm in the swing of cleaning and organizing, it's literally 7:30 or 8:30, and it's time for my kids to go to bed. So I was rushing to put all the boys' clothes into their drawers. I didn't even get the clothes hung up in their closet on this night. I waited until the next day. So like I said, if you guys think that I get so much done in a day, I can promise you that you probably get more done in a day than I do. I get so easily distracted. I get lazy. I procrastinate. Ultimately, I do end up getting it done, but it just takes a little longer sometimes. This is a special week for us because our sweet Kate is turning 9 on the 26th, which is just so wild. It's wild every time my kids turn 1 year older. I don't know what it is. I think I'm in denial that my kids are getting as old as they are. They're still supposed to be little babies, but we are going to Great Wolf Lodge, and we're taking her, and then she chose some friends, and then Ava, of course, is going, and she's taking a couple friends too. So I have some craft type things that I got for the weekend, and I want to like put their names on these bins and make snack bins and then cups. And I try not to go too extra because I know sometimes I can overwhelm myself with how much I put on my own plate. But I'm going to be making those here in the next couple days, and using my Cricut and doing stuff like that and personalizing things is one of my most favorite things to do. It makes me so happy, and I just can't wait to get those done, and it makes her feel special. So any way that I can do that for any of my kids is obviously a win. I love doing that. My girls tend to appreciate it maybe a little bit more than the boys do, but that's okay.
What you doing to me now? They lie, they steal, they fooled us. Deep down I probably knew this. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one's perfect.
Kate's room and probably Ava's room are the two rooms that we might need to declutter most in our home. I think that my girls use most of their stuff, so I mean, I'm not really dying to like get rid of anything, or definitely if it's something they play with, I don't want to, but maybe I shouldn't have used the term declutter. Maybe I just need to organize it a little bit better, because I do think that they would probably choose to hold on to most of it, and of course I'm fine with them doing that. But especially with the dolls and with all that type of stuff, it takes up a lot of space, and a lot of it's on the floor, and it really can't come off the floor. So that's kind of tricky to make it look organized. But I've said this so many times before, we do not shoot for perfection in my kids' rooms, because I want them to be practical. I want them to feel like it's a space they can go in and play in, and it's not picture perfect. And I don't know, I just want it to feel warm and cozy and inviting, but not too cluttered.
With you by my side, I'm not worried. I think we'll be able to find ourselves again. Blank expressions, empty words. Nothing can keep me away from you. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one told us. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you were bright white gold.
Okay, I am finally back in the boys' room, and these are those 3 trees that we put down in our room. I was bringing them up to put in this box because, like I mentioned, the closet for Christmas stuff is in the boys' bathroom. It's kind of backwards and weird, but it's a closet that we weren't really using, so I figured it could be for Christmas stuff that maybe I didn't want to put into the garage. But now I'm also tackling putting their clothes back into their closet. I did also decide to wash their bedding, so my boys, no matter if we put them in separate beds at night to sleep, they will always end up in the same bed. So we just typically let them sleep together, and they typically sleep on Max's bed. So I decided to go ahead and wash that bedding and get that bed put back together as well.
I'm a mess. Don't know how I got here, but I'm blessed. Didn't know it'd take me past my destiny. You're behind me with the rest, 'cause I'm a mess. No more you.
And I go home. You said things could only get better. I needed more than ever. They don't. How can I?
And a huge thanks to the viewer who told me that boyhood was one word. So I put these letters, well, I spray painted them first, and then I put them up on the wall, and I just had a massive brain toot. I think it's because on the sign that I was going to make, boy was on top and hood was on the bottom. And I mean, I guess in your head, you just know it's one word. But when I put it up on the wall, it just translated into 2 words there too. And I think she was like, that's actually one word, and that's totally true. So thankfully it easily came off the wall, and I just smushed them together a little bit more. But I am glad that somebody said that, because it would have bothered me if I left it and didn't realize it. And look at sweet Bo Boy. He was helping me. You know, he is such a stubborn little persistent child. But there are times when he comes in and he surprises me with how helpful he is and how much he wants to be part of helping me out or lightening my load. I think it's when it's on his terms, but that's okay. I'll take whatever I can get, and he was being super sweet.
You said things could only get better. I needed more than ever. They don't. How can I believe you when everything you see is secret? Everything you see.
One thing I have been meaning to do for a while is change out this plastic shower liner in the boys' bathroom. It was ripped in several different places, and it was also getting kind of gross along the bottom. If it wasn't ripped, I probably would just try to thoroughly clean it, but because it was starting to fall off anyway, I decided to take it down. I think I found a replacement one. I want to say I found one at Ross maybe, but it was like $4.99 or something. Put that up. It surprisingly takes a little bit more time than you would think, especially when the hooks are a little bit stubborn, which these are. But it's nice to know that there is a clean liner up now. And I wanted to tackle the boys' bathroom too, because they go really crazy with their toothpaste. A lot of nights Mark brushes their teeth, but some nights we let them do them on their own. And that's when the toothpaste comes into play. So I have to come in here. I probably should come in here more often, but I do come in here a good bit to fix the situations of them being a little bit independent.
Everything is everything is how can I believe when everything is you ain't gotta be so see-through. You ain't gotta be see-through, yeah. You ain't gotta be so see-through.
Okay, if you're this far into watching my video, I feel like it's probably because you like me a little bit or, you know, are interested at all. So y'all are the ones that I would love your input. I post videos once a week, and lately my schedule has been so off for so many different reasons, and I'm really hoping to get back on a consistent schedule and post once a week. I would love to be able to pop in some bonus videos too, but at least have that once a week. And a lot of times, if you guys know me well, you know I am a procrastinator and I put things off until the very last minute, and then sometimes it makes it stressful towards the end. So I am thinking that Sunday might not be my best day to post, because then that puts me sometimes filming all day Saturday and then editing on Sunday, and I would love to leave the weekends open for family. So I'm thinking I want to move my posting day to Wednesday or Thursday, and I would love for y'all just to tell me what day works better for y'all. I'm leaning a little bit more towards Wednesday just because it feels very midweek to me, but I would just love to know y'all's input. And do y'all like a morning upload or evening? I typically do evening because I'm editing a lot during the day and then I post it, but I'm perfectly fine with morning too. So just let me know y'all's thoughts. I'd love to hear them.
You're like water, baby, water. You're like water, baby,
I love the kids having electric toothbrushes, and I do think they get a deeper clean on their brushes, but goodness gracious, these things get so nasty, and Mark's and mine do too. If we don't stay on top of cleaning them, the base gets so nasty and underneath the toothbrush. So I feel like I am constantly wiping these, but I can always do a better job. But this is not a toothbrush that cleans your teeth. I'm using this Rubbermaid scrubber. I think technically it's like a tile and grout scrubber, but I use it for so many different things with the sink and with the faucet. Our faucets get so gross. And you know what I've noticed is so weird in our house? It's the right side. So typically we have like a double sink in each bathroom, and it's always the right faucet that gets nastier. Isn't that weird? Because it's in different places in the house, so it kind of confuses me how it's always that same side. But this little scrub brush thing works so well for that. I think they're like $20 on Amazon, but I'll link them in the description box. They can be used for so many different things, and they're not a toothbrush for your teeth, so don't worry.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go.
Thanks for spending time along with me today. I hope y'all were able to get some stuff done too, or at least watch this video and get some motivation to get some stuff done. I know it takes me a little while to get going some days, so if you're like me, sometimes you don't even get going until later in the afternoon. But I just appreciate y'all so much for being here, and I'm already working hard on the next video. I cannot wait to share it with y'all, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, guys.